Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Definitely a thumbs up on that. It is good to metabolize. It is good to live on the globe, because we do. The sun is not exactly shiny outside, but it's bright-ish with diffuse light, and that's the thumbs up. I actually slept. Not great, but I slept, and that's a good thing. It is good to metabolize. I enjoy metabolizing, and hopefully you too enjoy metabolizing on this brave new world. Yay on that. Definitely a thumbs up. Survival is good. I enjoy surviving. I wish I could sleep better, but at least I sleep some, and that's a good point. Definitely a thumbs up there. But, of course, thank you YouTube algorithms, front-loading of videos, yay! Hey, if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all of that. It's very cool. If you could also subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. Definitely a thumbs up. I enjoy comments. I read every single one. I thumbs up each one I do read, which again is all of them, and I answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, I do want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people are literally beautiful and awesome people helping me to stay alive. My pets enjoy being alive, my little hamster, my little kitty. I enjoy being alive. That too is a very good thing. So thank you again, each and every one of these beautiful and awesome people. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And if you'd like to become a patron, I do have links in the show more video description somewhere on the device you're watching. Thumbs up for that. Front loading of YouTube videos over. Yay. I'm using a new denture stuff with a lot more mineral oil and no zinc. So, yay, but joy, melting glop inside of your dentures and your mouth. It's fun. Thumbs up for that. I did watch, I talked about this yesterday, Centaurworld, episode 1 yesterday. I don't know if Netflix has dropped the whole series or if they're doing it slow episode by episode, but I did watch it this morning. It was both more and less than I was hoping and expecting. Because, of course, based on just the theme song that I told you about and all, that really evoked a whole lot in my head. There's no way reality could have matched that. So, on the one hand, yeah, it was a disappointment because it couldn't match the IMAX theater imaginatory story of what I imagined it could be. There's no way it could match that. But what it was good. It was funny. It was bizarre. It was very dark in the middle of all the funny stuff as well. Even the characters themselves, they were idiots while not being, and they could also do things like shoot tiny versions of themselves out of their hooves. And then the little tiny versions of themselves would look at themselves in abject horror, start screaming, and then run off into the underbrush. And nobody ever worried or cared about them after that. They still exist in this existential state of horror, but nobody worries about it. So there's a lot of dark stuff. And it is amusing. A lot of music, a lot of singing, but they set it up in the beginning while the songs are at least acceptable. That's cool. So if I can watch the other episodes, I'm looking forward to those. That will be cool. I'd like to see where they're going with this. Definitely a thumbs up. Yay. Past that, yesterday, I did not do a ton. I did do stuff. I watched videos. I did editing. I think I did some recording. All sorts of little things like that. I'm not even sure I did that. I think I just played games. Been continuing to watch my housemate play Dying Light while continuing to play Dead Island. I have no side quests aside from the ridiculous repeating side quests in Act 1. I have no side quests aside from the ridiculous repeating ones in Act 2. I am now at the point where I was running all through the city parts that you can get to in Act 2 just to continue mapping it all out. If I'm chased by too many zombies, I can usually run to get away, and those times that I can't, it happens. You lose some money, maybe you lose a weapon, maybe. If you can find your way back, you're usually okay there. It's annoying to be taken out, especially when it's something where you're kicking a zombie here and you're taking him out. You're kicking a zombie there. You take out 5 or 6 of them, and then one of them runs up and you're kicking them, and it doesn't matter. They just pound on you until you're dead. They don't stagger or stun lock. So that sort of bull is ridiculous, and I hate it. But the rest of it is entertaining enough that I can actually stick with it through that. I'm at the point in the story, 39% only through the story mode. I've made it from the first act and all the various places there to the second, where there's the church. One of the characters there is now ready to lead us on to the next part of this act, and I guess I gotta do it because there are no more side quests. I've mapped it all out. I've found pretty much all the good stuff to find. So, time to continue the story. I'm like almost level 30 by now, so I'm almost maxed out my combat skill tree. I'm doing pretty good that way. It's a good thing. So, Dying Light, zombie games, definitely a thumbs up. It is good stuff. I enjoy playing those kinds of things. Also, I mentioned this on Twitter. There is this one channel that over the past pandemic years has slowed down their output, but a lot of people have, where they basically review Souls-like games. And I have some of them I'm not even sure where or how, must have been bundles from when I was numb up here and had a tiny bit of money I could spend on that. One of them was Pharaonic, and it's kind of an Egyptian themed Souls-like. It's a 2D. You go along set determined paths and you fight on a 2D thing, and he called it a slog, and I can understand that. I can't figure out the map in the slightest. It's amusing so far, so I'm doing that as well, just playing older games just to keep myself amused and my brain working, and that's a definite thumbs up on that. Went on walkies, of course, had to buy a 20-pound container of cat dirt, as well as the tiny bit of other stuff that I can afford to purchase. It's heavy again, but being an efficient pack mule now, the weight and all, I barely feel it when I'm walking around, so that's good. That's good. You want to keep working on staying as healthy as you can. Doesn't just mean exercise, of course. You got to watch what you eat, and with my lack of being able to chew, my diet is horrid, which is why I try to take vitamins and stuff on top of that. But past that, just surviving. Like I say, watching videos, playing some games, trying to get this back here all worked on. Trying. I'm gonna get there. Promise you. Promise. I promise. So that's a thumbs up. Past that, I do want to talk about some other stuff that hopefully I've got these things written down here, because there's a bunch of really non-related stuff, except it's all related because it's part of the whole inside-outside razor's edge type of thing. I want to talk about the creativity and a whole bunch of little bits and parts here and there, because that's all I really have. No major big thing aside from trying to fit it all together, major project-wise. So I'm going to be doing that as I'm trying to. That was pretty incoherent, but I'm trying to do that and get it stuck in my head. And I go over in my head like I do last night for walkies, where I think about things that may not be directly story related, but they're background related, which can help add the texture to it, and then other stories can build on those points. So one of the first things that I wanted to point out is, of course, of the razor's edge and the inside that comes through the Brookerton door, it is incredibly human-centric. Incredibly human-centric. Now, most doors that you're going to find on Earth are going to be, when there's people around, of course, even then when there's not, human-centric. And then there's the neutral ones where no real race or species has any advantage over any other, and then only a couple where it's been very hostile toward human beings have ever been, and those doors have been very few and none, luckily, while there are actual people on the planet. But because it is human-centric, what that means is when you're wandering through the landscape, primarily it's going to be human related, something that people can work with. And this is just part of the underlying reality. There's math for all of it. I don't understand our math. I can't hope to understand math from the science that I've made up. But there's science. It's math. It's not just, magic. It is more human-centric. You're going to... Now, that, of course, if you weren't human and you're wandering around, you'd still find other things, but they're not going to be human hostile. At worst, they're going to be human neutral. Inside the Razor's Edge and the Inside Island. Now this relates to absolutely everything, because even the Apple Rock Kaiju is the way it is because the Razor's Edge is human-centric, because the island on the inside where the Crimson Kingdom is, that 11 million... Well, it's more than that. It's 18 million kilometer circumference circle, the size of this island with the Crimson Kingdom at the very, very middle. And then there's the Razor's Edge from there with the Kaiju, and then we travel from there to the outside. Even that is stated is all human-centric, because the Kaiju, its universe was burned up. It watched this universe form around it, this cruel mockery, this vicious, vicious parody. It loathes and despises human beings. It hates this wicked mockery of a universe. It's glad it has to eat people to survive. And oh, it takes vicious, vicious, sadistic glee from the terror, violence, and murder that it causes when it rampages and feeds. Its entire existence rotates around humanity. It would fight against that intellectually, if it could put it into words that we'd be able to understand, but yeah, it's still part of the human-centricness of the Inside and the Razor's Edge. Not all of them, as stated, are like this. There are a lot of places in the United States and all around the world where it's just neutral. And that's fine. But one of the other things I was thinking about, it makes sense because there is an import-export service on the inside and the outside, largely run just, the one big place that's pushing for all of this, the Crimson Kingdom, but they run an import-export service because there's people on the inside that like stuff from the outside and the Razor's Edge, and there's stuff on the Razor's Edge that they like things from the inside, and there's just a whole bunch of, trade, inward and outward, of things, ideas, and stuff like that. So you can find import-export stores in any city if you have the site. More than that, that's where the Crimson Kingdom has also been on the outside through the Red Line Communications, a Crimson Kingdom Industries family member, has been selling their data centers and their server farms and all that and leasing them out to people out here, as well as also making sure on the contracts that they have small areas where they can roll out their own mobile and internet service, strictly small scale. If you have no site, it's just regular, an alternative to the big boys of commerce, internet and mobile service. But if you've got the site, well, you can access the ThruNet, which is the internet of the Crimson Kingdom, and you can talk to everybody on the inside and the Razor's Edge on your mobile. Now, of course, I also figure because there's workers and people that do travel, and people are people, even on the inside and on the Razor's Edge, there's also a tourist business where people from the inside, they travel to the Razor's Edge, and they have vacations there, and they come out here, and they vacation out here. I haven't been able to come up with a full name and charter, but yeah, they would have to have an outside corporation that's just like charter busing for tours. So how about that? If you don't have the site, you'd never know that bus full of tourists are people that are, well, they're from the inside, had to travel by bus through to the Razor's Edge and then out here, and they're gawking at, well, how flat it is out here. I mean, 1 square kilometer of space only contains 1 square kilometer of space. It's so weird. And of course, I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank how many people have left me comments. It used to be a fair amount, now it's more than 0, and that's a good thing. So thumbs up and thank you all, everyone who does. Greatly appreciated. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count in American Sign Language, well, you've already seen how my memory works. It's getting better. I've gotten gluten largely out of my diet, so hopefully my brain fog will get slightly less. We shall see. Yogeshwaran, I am very, very sorry, and I sincerely hope that things can get better for you. It's rough. And Confused Owl 29, thumbs up and thank you. Duncan Gara, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, I don't know why that would make an ASMR response, but I don't know why I get ASMR responses from the sounds that cause ASMR responses with me. But still, it's cool. Thumbs up. Zach Goodrich, greatly appreciated, and I am so good at just missing everything. And we have PNQA, thumbs up and thank you. Zombie Wolf, good to see you in the comments. Kapaki, good to see you as well. And everybody deserves to be happy. Not just allowed, but deserved. We have Honor. It has been quite some time since I've seen the comments. Good to see you. Craig YAC, thumbs up and thank you. And Yuki likes hot potatoes. What, did I do that right? It's like 11? I think so. We have Nico Bands. Good to see you in the comments. Thumbs up. Flora Mew. I enjoy reading your comments very, very much. There is a lot to think of each time you leave a comment. Good thing. We have Ben B. Greatly appreciated. Larry from Space. Good to see you in the comments. And then there is Kirsty Welsh Amethyst Girl. Thumbs up and thank you all. Greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head and into the world, dealing with real people, if only in text, if only for a short time. And that is appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. Yay. And of course, with my hands in the air, again, don't know what device you're watching this on, so I don't know where the show more video description is, and I don't even know if you can access it. When I watch YouTube videos on my PlayStation, you cannot access comments or leave comments, so yeah, I don't know if you can see it or not. But if you can, inside are links to all my various channels, as well as links to my Twitter, my Facebook, my Patreon, and again, I want to thank each and every one of these Patreon patrons. These are literally beautiful and awesome people. It is a very good thing. Thank you so very much for helping to keep me alive, for helping to keep my pets alive. Again, thank you so very, very much. Things are always more expensive, and I'm going to be losing weight toward the end of the month, but I'm still able to, if not stay afloat, at least I'm sinking slower, so thank you. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there is that PayPal link, wherever that is, that I told you about, as well as an Amazon wishlist link with things like cat food on it, if you'd like to give me a hand that way. Do not feel obligated, I do not feel entitled, and if you cannot or you do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them on the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, and as well as if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Definitely a thumbs up. Hopefully I said that all properly and the right way. I wouldn't be surprised if I got it all messed up. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff I'm going to hopefully get done today. I need to change this. I need to get this all cleaned off. I need to get this more cleaned off and dusted. I got this I want to, just for today and such work on to make it look nicer. I got reactions that I need to record. So I got a busy day as well as phone calls, and I hopefully will get done. So that would be good. So hopefully your day is going to be, if not busy, at least filled with things that you would like to get done and can get done. That would be cool. And of course, with the covfefe bug a-raging, please, 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 we all know what the various things that you have to do are. So please, try to do them. Long COVID is horrible. You don't want to deal with heart issues the rest of your life. So, if you can, please do not go out amongst the unmasked, unvaxxed, mouthless. Let me start that one again. Please do not go out amongst the unmasked, unvaxxed, mouth-breathing plague rats. There we go. And if you must, please wear your own mask, maintain your social distancing, wash your hands off, and try not to touch your face. Get vaxxed if you can. I cannot talk today. My sincere rental tongue syndrome. And get a booster if you can. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and quite frankly, I think that's a very good idea.